Welcome back, sisters. I know it's been a while since you've heard my voice gracing your lovely ears with knowledge, but I'm gonna keep it real. I've been extremely unmotivated these last few months, fighting my own silent battles, feeling that my prayers for peace are falling on deaf ears. Nonetheless, I'm back and ready to be the same force to be reckoned with as I was before. For today's session, attract and maintain the reflection of you. Now, I know I do have some fellow male listeners out there, and they know that my target audience will always be Black women. However, for this session, it's for anybody, but I will be focusing on the female perspective, simply because I identify as a female and can only speak on my personal female perspective. Men, feel free to chime in the comments on things you've picked up during this listen that you think should be addressed in the next episode. Without further delay, let's get into it. Picture this. You're in the talking stages. You think you finally found the perfect match for yourself. They're going above and beyond to display that they want you to be a part of their life. They're thinking of you constantly, texting you every chance they get in their busy schedules, planning outings and dates to spend time with each other, receiving little think pieces of ways to say I love you without saying it, flowers, chocolates, compliments, you name it. You've head over heels and you've both come to an agreement to make it official. They're still consistent with their energy levels, still going above and beyond. You're seeing them more frequently, and some days you feel that you don't want to be away from each other. Inseparable. You game together, you shop together, you cook together. Everything you do it together. The effort is still being maintained now that they have you. Fast forward to maybe 6 to 8 months later, and the acts of love are starting to get shorter. Somebody who once had a lot of time to stop what they were doing to text you and check on you suddenly becomes busy, and texts aren't responded to until hours later. You start doing things more by yourself, and it's not as exciting as it was when you did it with them. They become too busy to give you a minute of their time. This fire fuels the smaller arguments. Things were said out of anger, apologies were administered, and everything was forgotten. Or so you hoped. We all know that in time the scars would heal, but the pain is never gone. You're a year in and you've made it through the battlefield, but at what cost? All the great sacrifices of acts of love are gone. There's no more doing anything together unless it's sex. You miss the days of feeling that somebody actually wanted you, the butterflies in your stomach, of Bridgerton's I cannot breathe when you are not near, my heart calls your name. Your stomach is now empty and you feel robbed of all hope that you'll ever get back to those distant memories. You're left with a single thought. Where did it all go wrong? You're spiraling. Think of all the small arguments and whether it was something that you uttered that caused the energy to shift. Let's talk about the honeymoon phase. That thrilling time when your partner is putting out all the stops to show you how much they care. They're showering you with attention, surprise gifts, and sweet gestures. It's exhilarating, and you can't help but feel like you're on cloud nine. But what happens when the grand gestures stop? When the lavish dates and constant texts dwindle down to nothing more than occasional check-ins? It's like you're left holding on to memories of what once was, wondering what changed. For many of us, this shift can be jarring. We start to question our own worth, wondering if we're no longer wanted or loved. We replay the past in our minds, analyzing what we did differently, what we could have done to keep the spark alive. The memories of those early days haunt us, making us feel like we've been downgraded to a lower priority. It's like we're stuck in a state of limbo, unsure of what's going on or how to bridge the gap. The emotional impact can be intense. We might feel like we're not good enough, that we've lost our partner's interest, we start to doubt our own perceptions, wondering if we were ever truly loved in the first place. The contrast between the initial romance and the current reality can leave us feeling lost and uncertain. It's essential to acknowledge these feelings and recognize that the shift doesn't necessarily mean you're not wanted or loved. It might just mean that the relationship has evolved. As we navigate this new dynamic, it's crucial to communicate openly with our partners and reevaluate what we want and need from the relationship. We deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued. And it's up to us to express those needs and work together to find a new rhythm. By doing so, we can either reignite the spark or determine if it's time to move on. The key is to prioritize our emotional well-being and make informed decisions about our relationships. Rebuilding and repairing the damage of the honeymoon phase requires effort and communication from both partners. One way to start is by having an open and honest conversation about what you want and need from the relationship. This can help you understand each other's perspectives and identify areas where you can improve. It's also essential to acknowledge that relationships evolve, and it's normal for the intimacy or intensity of the honeymoon phase to fade. By accepting this, you can focus on building a deeper connection based on shared experiences, trust, and mutual support. Another way to reignite the spark is to inject novelty and excitement into your relationship. This can be as simple as trying new activities together, exploring new places, or surprising each other with small gestures. By doing so, you can create new memories and experiences that can help strengthen your bond. It's also crucial to prioritize quality time together, putting away distractions like phones and focusing on each other. Regular date nights, weekend getaways, or even just a quiet evening at home can help you reconnect and strengthen your emotional intimacy. Rekindling emotional intimacy also requires vulnerability and empathy. Make an effort to listen actively to each other, show appreciation for the little things, and validate each other's feelings. Small acts of kindness like surprise gifts or thoughtful notes can go a long way in nurturing a sense of connection and affection. By prioritizing these small gestures and making a conscious effort to show appreciation and affection, you can rebuild the emotional connection and create a stronger, more resilient relationship. Ultimately, rebuilding and repairing the damage of the honeymoon phase requires a willingness to grow and evolve together. By communicating openly, injecting novelty, and prioritizing emotional intimacy, you can reignite the spark and create a more fulfilling relationship. It's not about recapturing the exact same feelings as the honeymoon phase, but about building a deeper, more meaningful connection that can sustain you both through life's ups and downs. As we've explored the honeymoon phase, it's just the beginning of a relationship, and it's normal for the intensity to fade over time. However, by acknowledging the potential pitfalls of this shift and making a conscious effort to communicate, inject novelty, and prioritize emotional intimacy, we can build a stronger, more resilient relationship. It's essential to recognize that relationships are a journey, not a destination, and that they require effort and dedication to thrive. By understanding the dynamics of the honeymoon phase and its aftermath, we can take proactive steps to nurture our relationships and create a deeper connection with our partner. It's about finding a balance between the excitement of the early days and the comfort and familiarity that comes with time. By doing so, we can build a relationship that not only withstands the test of time, but also continues to grow and flourish. In closing, remember that relationships are unique, and what works for one couple may not work for another. The key is to find what works for you and your partner, and to prioritize open communication, emotional intimacy, and mutual support. By doing so, you can create a relationship that is fulfilling, meaningful, and built to last. Connect with me by utilizing the link tree below. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay unstoppable.